sorry, no, revolved half moon. Revolved half moon. So if you're not familiar with it, don't worry, we'll get there. Finding a nice long tall spine. Shoulders relax down away from the ears. Closing down through the eyes or simply softening the gaze. Feeling belly and chest expand and soften with the breath. Noticing if there's any areas that require a little extra care or attention today. Honoring your body where it's at. Perhaps setting an intention for your practice. Thinking about what's brought you to your mat or what you're hoping to achieve. And we'll revisit that intention at the end of our practice. Gently begin to bring movement back, wiggling fingers and toes, letting eyes flutter open and taking a nice big reach overhead as you inhale. Exhale, let it go. Rolling out the shoulders. Relaxing shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale back to the sky as you exhale, tipping over to one side, looking up to the top elbow. Inhale through center and exhale other way. Follow your breath. Turning this into a twist, lifting tall, twist to the side, sweep the hands down. Inhale up and exhale around other way. Follow your breath. Coming back to center, lace the fingers together, rounding out through the back, reach the hands forward, leading into the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale back to the sky, flip the palms at the top, reaching up towards the sky, lengthening the spine. One more breath. Exhale, release, hands back behind. You can either drop the fingers to the floor or lace the fingers together, lifting the heart up, tiny back bend. And release back to neutral, rolling out the shoulders. Now transition into hands and knees. As you shift forward, you can slide your blocks out and set them aside. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, preparing for cat-cow. As we inhale, release the belly down, tailbone lifts, chest pulls forward. Exhale, tuck the tail, round the spine, look back towards the knees. Thinking about your contact points under the hands, the ball of the index finger, base of the thumb and pinky finger, and the heel of the hand. Find your way back to a neutral spine, extending your right leg back behind you, left hand. Take a breath in as you exhale, round the spine as you bring the elbow and knee towards one another. Inhale back to neutral, press out through the heel, reach through the fingers. Exhale, tuck in. 2 more times. So we're finding a round spine, but we're not arching down when we extend out. Last one. Then return, hands and knees back, and we'll switch to the other side. Left leg extends, right hand. Exhale, round up into that cat back. Inhale back to neutral, pull the belly up and in. 2 more. When you finish, return back to all fours, tucking the toes, lift the hips up and to down dog, pedaling out the heels. If you need to slide your feet back or forward a little, please feel free. Finding stillness in your down dog. Tailbone lifting up and back. Relax the head. Then bend both knees a lot. Look to the hands and walk the feet forward to the space between the hands. Coming to forward fold. Generous bend in the knees. Relaxing the head down. Hands to the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to a chair. Inhale to rise up. Reach for the fingers. Exhale, hands to heart. And releasing hands down, finding our mountain pose. Feet roughly hip distance apart, close to the top of your mat so that you have space to step backwards. Thinking about lifting the arches of our feet up as we hug our ankles in towards one another. Knees remain soft. Thinking about the top of our thigh bones shifting back as we lengthen down through the tailbone. Soften your front ribs down as you broaden through the collarbones. Lifting the chin as you lengthen the back of the neck. Knowing you can return back to your Tadasana at any time. Notice the contact points of your feet. Ball of the big toe, outer edge by the pinky toe, and the entire heel. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, big bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, hands down, step back to plank. You can drop the knees or go from the toes, lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Back to down dog. Pause for a few breaths. One more breath as you exhale, soften both knees, look to the hands, step both feet forward to the space between the hands, forward folds. Inhale, rise back up to extended mountain. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale up. Exhale to fold, soften the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step back to plank. Lowering down, cobra or up dog. Back to down dog. Stay for a few breaths. One more breath on your exhale, soften both knees, look to the hands, walk the feet forward to the space between the hands. Inhale, rise, extended mountain. Exhale, mountain. One more time through, inhale up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step back to plank. Lowering down, alternatively, you could hold your plank. Cobra to up dog. Back to down dog. Holding here for a few breaths. One more breath on the exhale, bend both knees, look to the hands and walk the feet forward to the space between the hands, forward folds. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Hopefully we're feeling a little warmer and ready to move into some more activating poses. Beginning with our eagle pose, so you'll see a lot of similarities to our practice today in the past few that we've done, but there's going to be some additions because we will be adding in some rotation. So remembering tilting the toes in a little bit might be helpful to help encourage internal rotation. Find a little mini squat. We're going to take our right leg and cross it over the left. Try to twist it in as you cross. Maybe you can tuck the toes back around, maybe not. Open the arms wide. Left hand under right, finding your eagle arcs. And today, we're just gonna hold. Oftentimes I make you sink down more. If you want more, you can absolutely drop down a little bit more. But maybe you wanna stay a little higher today. Hug the thighs together, lengthen out through the top of the head. Inhale to rise and unravel, press the walls away. And release and a little relax. Moving to the other side again, you may want to start slightly toed in, just a little bit. We don't want to overdo that because that can cause torque on the knees. So it's just a tiny bit. Mini squat, little brace through the core. Left leg picks up, rotate it in as you cross it over, and maybe you can get a little tuck the toes, maybe not. Open the arms wide. Right under left. And again, if you would like to, you can sink down deeper or you're welcome to stay. Breathe. Hug the thighs together. Is your right arch still lifted? Can you lift through the top of the head a little more? Inhale to rise and unravel. Press the walls away. And give it a little wiggle out, letting that go. Inhale back to the sky. Exhale to forward fold, generous bend in the knees. Hanging out here for a breath or two. One more breath. Soften the knees enough that your hands can come down. Your right foot steps back to low lunge. So we're dropping that knee down to the ground. You can stay with the hands connected or you can inhale up. Neutral or optional back bend. One more breath. Exhale, fold back down. Three-legged dog. Your left foot is going to the sky. Trying to keep our hips parallel with the ground here, so not lifting so high that the hip twists open, reaching through the toe. One more breath as you exhale, step that left foot forward once again. Coming to high crescent lunge, inhaling up, front knee is stacked over the ankle. So doing our best to find that neutral pelvis. If we press back, we're gonna have a big arch. We wanna tuck that right hip under just a little bit, but think about pushing the thigh back. Optional, bringing fingers together overhead, pointing up through the index finger, lifting and leaning back. One more breath as you exhale, folding down, step back to down dog. You can stay in down dog. You could rest in a child's pose, or if you would like to flow out to plank and lower down, you may. If you're lowering down, you'll come back up through cobra and up dog, back to down dog. From our down dog, soften the knees, look to the hands, step your right foot forward between the hands, drop your back knee down for low lunge. You can stay or inhale to rise. Nice deep breaths all the way in, all the way out. One more breath, exhale to fold down, three-legged dog, right foot to the sky. Hips are staying parallel to the ground. Think about sinking the left heel towards the ground. It does not have to touch. One more breath, step that right foot through the hands for high crescent lunge. Inhaling up, front knee stacked over top of ankle. Finding as close to a neutral pelvis as we can. So front knee stays stacked over the ankle. Little press back through that back heel, but notice if you're arching through the back. Try to tuck back in just a little, soften the ribs down. Maybe palms come together, pointing up through the index finger, and maybe we find a back bend, in which case your ribs will pop up intentionally. One more breath, exhale to fold forward, step back to down dog. You can stay, you can rest in child's, or you can add in a flow here. What does your body need right now? From our down dog, soften both knees, look to the hands and walk or step the feet forward to the space between the hands, forward fold. Hands to the shins, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to a chair, inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Releasing hands down, keeping your feet roughly hip distance, shoulders drop down and back. Finding our ribs and hips gently hugging together. Think about your femurs back, lengthen the tailbone, shoulders down and back as well. Bring the hands back to heart. Finding a chair, pressing the hips back. Now notice what's connected with your feet. Ball of the big toe, outer edge by the pinky toe, whole heel, drawing up the arches as we hug the ankles in. Now the lower you go, the more challenging your chair is, but I'll tell you, you're going to be here for a little while today. You can keep hands at heart or you can extend fingers forward. If you wish to float the arms up, you may be mindful that we're not arching through the back to get there, so soften the arms back down and in. If hands are up, bring them back to heart. Shoulders drop down and back. Now being mindful that our hips are staying exactly as they are, watching first, taking a breath in. As you exhale, you will twist to the right, don't go yet. And try to bring the elbow towards the outside. Be mindful that the knees are not shifting. So join me this time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, sink to twist. Keep the chest lifted. So we want your bum down more. Yeah. And inhale, rise back up, reach all the way tall. And exhale, release. Revolved chair, give it a little wiggle out. That is one way to get into revolved chair. There's another little tweak, similar to equal pose. Bring your feet together, toes almost touching. Now we're going to try to go right from our mountain into our revolved chair on the other side. Once again, be mindful, it's going to want to do this to get you there. Your job is to try to keep here. Really think about that scapular stabilization. So squeeze the shoulders back, soften the ribs down. That helps to get this twist from our spine. Inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, sink and twist. Try to get the bum nice and low. The elbow does not have to hook. You might be taller, and that's okay. Pull your right hip back, left knee forward. Breathe. Lengthen the spine. And inhale all the way up, unravel. Exhale, let it go. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to fold, hang out in your fold for a couple of breaths, relax that down. One more breath as you exhale, step your right foot back. To low lunge once again, drop that knee down, inhale to rise up. Your back toe can be tucked or released, it's up to you. I'm going to untuck, but it's whatever is comfortable for you. Bring the hands back to hearts. You're gonna find that twist here once again. We inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, twist your shoulders towards your front knee. Maybe tipping forward, trying to bring the elbow to the outside of the knee. Maybe you stay tall. What does it look like for you today? Might be a little tippy, that's okay too. to neutral. Rising up, fingers come up, toe tucks, and press up to high lunge. Now we get to twist again. Press back through your heel for this one. Take a breath in as you exhale, hands to heart, rotate and twist to the outside once again. One more breath. Exhale to unravel. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, sink back down. Hands down, we are shifting back to half splits. So we're gonna bring the hip over top of the knee. I like to untuck here. And then wiggle your front foot forward. Pull the toes up. This is where blocks could be helpful. If your knee is yelling at you, a knee pad might be helpful. Tailbone back, chest forward. Inhale to lift, slide the foot in. We are lifting up. Keep your blocks. You're likely going to want them here. Tuck the back toe, lift, straighten the front leg and drop the back heel down for pyramid. It's a little bit of a wide stance pyramid. Your back heel though should be on the ground. If it can't reach, step it in a little closer. Your toe could be either straight forward or slightly angled out. Choose what's comfortable for you. Let your nose relax down towards your knee. Then inhale to lengthen to a flat back. For many of us, that might mean higher setting of the blocks, and we are adding in a twist here, so we want a nice long spine. Tailbone extending back. Think about your right hip pulling back. Left one, oh, sorry, the opposite. I am on the same foot as you right now. So your left hip is pulling back, right one pulling forward. Now your left hand is going to be the one reaching to the sky. Lift your head just long enough to look to me. You're going to be twisting, trying to stack your shoulders. Keep pulling that hip back. Give it a go when you're ready. Twisted triangle pose or revolved triangle. One more breath. Exhale, hand back down. Lift the back knee, bend the front knee, slide your blocks out to the sides, they're out of the way, step back to down dog. Just a breath or two here this time. Then soften the knees, look to the hands, your left foot, nope, right foot is coming forward. Drop the back knee down. We want to be on the opposite side this time. Low lunge, back toes can be tucked or released. Bringing yourself up into that low lunge. Now we're adding in that twist once again. So we inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, hands to heart. Twist the shoulders towards your front knee. Looking back over that shoulder. One more breath. Exhale, untwist. Inhale, reaching up. Tuck the back toes, lift into your high lunge. If you need to step in a little, feel free. Now we're bringing that twist back. Once again, press back through that back heel. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist to the front knee. Inhale to unravel back up tall. Exhale, sink back down. Hands are coming down for our half splits. We shift back. You might want your blocks. Wiggle that foot forward, toe up, hips back, chest forward. I recommend bringing the blocks in under the shoulders. Oftentimes we will kind of use them out here. They're very tippy out here. Much more secure when they're right underneath the shoulders. Inhale to lift, slide that foot in till it can get flat. Lift the back knee again. We're bringing that back heel to the ground. If it won't touch, step it in just a bit. Relax the head down in pyramid pose. Your right hip is shifting back, left one shifting forward. And inhale to that flat back. You may wish to walk those blocks up a little higher. It will help with the twist here. Lengthen the spine. Tailbone back, especially right hip back. On an exhale, your right hand is reaching to the sky. Think about stacking your shoulders. Keep pulling that right hip back. One more breath. Exhale, release. Bend the front knee, lift the back heel, blocks out of the way, step back, down dog. You decide, child's pose, down dog, or flow. What does your body need? And we will take a couple of breaths in our child's pose. So lower down, take a little breather. Any wiggles out that you might like. Inhale back up to all fours. Just long enough to step your feet in, find a forward fold. And then slowly draw yourself back up to standing. And give it any wiggles out when you get up there. We're heading to the wall with a partner. So let's get Raven and Kelly together and Margaret and Stacy together. Is that who you were with yesterday? I don't remember for the class. No? Okay. I'm trying to change it up so you're always going with somebody different, but I don't always remember. You will need space on the wall. I'm going to show you where you're going first. So we've done our big toe at the wall, right? So that was this guy. We are doing a variation of big toe at the wall. So you're looking for those compensations, and I'm not trying right now, so I know my body is doing all kinds of different things. Get them in as best alignment as you can, and then we're going to be lifting and twisting, reaching towards that foot. Ideally, this is what it would look like if you weren't on, so you're actually grabbing that big toe. You might not be anywhere near your toe, but that's okay. All right, so we've already looked at our big toe pose. So one partner is doing the pose. Pick a leg, I don't care which one you start with, you're gonna do both. So find a spot on the wall. If you need to shift any props, please feel free.
Is the standing leg directly under or slightly back?
It should be under. Mine was back. I was just trying to show it quickly. So one person's foot up on the wall.
Okay, you want to do first?
At hip height, so help them find the right spot. So I can see right away, Raven, you're gonna have to get a little closer to the wall.
Yeah.
You as well, Stacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's half the battle, finding where you need to be. There we go. So set them up with the best form that they can get there.
Good.
So we're looking for hips being level, the tailbone too tucked, the ribs flaring, all of those universal cues. And then don't hold them there too long because it's already a hard pose. We want them to inhale to the sky. As you exhale, twist towards your foot. So for both of you, you're twisting to your left. Long spine, so we're not leaning forward. Twist and reach. So reach the hand towards the foot.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
So if you just keep moving forward, that or no?
Yeah, she can keep a long spine, which she is, so that's okay. Yeah. Good. All right, release and switch sides. It's big, right? Good thing we did some twisting. Yeah, you gotta do the other leg. We don't want you to be unequal.
I was out of here.
So just as an FYI, this is revolved half moon, just in a different orientation. Okay? So once they've got their best form facing the wall, inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist towards the foot.
Yeah, look there. I can set you up right in front of the
Thanks, my right leg stronger. Oh, is that, yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed. Yeah. That looks good.
That, yeah.
Yeah, Stacy's getting a little bit of a tuck under of the pelvis on this one though, on this side. So might not
Maybe
wanna
she just
lean forward on
fired
this
out.
one. Yeah, there we go. Alright, switch partners.
Okay.
So find as neutral as you can first. If that means bent knee on top leg or bottom knee, that's okay.
Am I?
Once they're as, from the, so come look at from the back, Stacy. That right hip is a little high.
So if you wanna drop the leg on the wall just a bit.
Yep, yep, yep.
Sure.
You wanna twist the other way, Kelly?
So that.
Oh, that's why it feels so good.
Yeah, my
This
leg's
doesn't feel
gonna
bad
be
at all.
like next to the ground, alright?
Yeah, it doesn't feel bad.
The arms feel like
Lean
up,
back.
really.
There you
So,
go.
really, it's about,
Yeah.
Maybe my legs a little bit for
Oh,
support.
that's
support
good.
you
Okay,
and,
I get it.
yeah.
I'm just gonna do this so you don't crack.
Well,
I'm
hips
only
looking
doing
good,
that so
and
your shoulders
are
are
good,
just
and
wide.
stuff's looking good.
Okay. Okay, so I can see right now your shoulders through that side.
So Margaret, lift both arms up, twist your shoulders to me. As much as you can, as much as you can, and then extend your arms. There we go.
Okay, maybe a little raise in that.
A little bit, but it's not too bad. Yeah, yeah. Try the other side.
Because I find my feet slide.
Yeah, I know,
So I
that's
don't
just
know if
maybe
that
I'm not
helps.
very flexible, that's just the best I can do.
No, just.
That's fine.
So I'm not gonna push, it's just so it doesn't slide on me.
Alright.
So it should,
Okay,
there
good.
you go, there you go.
So,
I think this one's really
So
higher.
this is
it
what-
is, but I think it's because this leg is too far away from the wall. So
Oh.
like, maybe half an inch, not even, that might even be too much. It's just a
Did you
little
feel
bit
like
too
you
far.
had a good range of motions?
Yeah.
Yeah, give that a go. Yeah, it's still a little high, but for Kelly, because it is
Okay.
a posterior
Yeah.
change, that's probably as close as we're getting, and that's okay. Twist that way, Kelly.
That's the other option, I guess.
That's
Yeah,
really
my foot
Yeah,
There you go.
just slides on the wall.
yeah, yeah.
That's good.
It's, many different reasoning, whatnot, but yes, it's not, I got these fun little shoes, Raven's got shoes too, they kind of have a little bit of grip to them.
Yeah.
They can be helpful. So how did that feel? So we do understand what that pose is supposed to look like, not on the wall, okay? That's, that's the idea. So we're using the wall to help get there. Next one is our warrior 3 with hands on the wall again. So we did that one yesterday. So first partner go again, hands at hip height. One leg's gonna float up behind you, help them find their best support. And so you're just looking for any compensations that they might have, helping them fix those. We're not twisting this one at all, it's just your regular one. Stacey, you're gonna be too close to that wall. You want your arms to be straight. Oh, good mix,
Fixed it.
Raven.
Yeah, that was good. I was just gonna say, this one's the one you got
Maybe
fixed.
lower your
Yeah.
left hip a bit.
I think that looks good, Raven.
So remember, we wanna look at the hips, not
Yeah.
the glute,
Not
right?
the glute.
Sorry, Stacey, I just touched you about without asking. Back a little bit here. Yep, here we go. And really charge back through the hip. Nice.
So one side, one glute is gonna look a little higher, maybe.
Depending on how much muscle they got back there, yes. Stacey's got some good muscle back there.
All right, just do the other side.
On this way, right?
Yes. Your hip is on your
Okay, so I am looking at
I
your
think
hip.
you might have the
Yeah.
same
Seems
issue, Kelly,
pretty-
that just
when I look at your hips, that
like
seems to
half an
be
inch
okay,
closer to the
yeah.
wall.
That looks
Yeah,
pretty
give
good.
that a go.
Yeah.
So look here, Kelly.
Yeah, this hip is high.
Yes, this is actually high, so we want to pull up. There you
Oh,
go.
I see.
Yeah, yeah.
I like him on. Yeah,
Yeah,
that looks
somebody
good,
else.
Stacy. Oh, Raven, sorry, wrong person.
Did we both go?
No.
I haven't done it yet.
Okay, so switch, yes.
And my fairlies are in there before we Yeah.
Let me just draw there.
Bring your ears between your arms, Kelly. You're dropping your head way down. Find a string at the top. There you go.
Beautiful, and you just push lovely for the arms, a really good standing leg. And that's, leg
If
extended
you
behind
can
is
lower
straight.
this hip down, just
That's
tilt
center,
your.
yeah.
Yep.
That's
So
good.
for Kelly, that means she's gonna need to bend a little bit here. And then she'll be able to get, not too much. Now, press away from the wall. Push away. There we go.
And you get good
Soften down.
extension in the arms, standing leg,
Yeah.
that's a little bit of arch activation there. Just be the
Try the
same
other side.
thing, your hips are right, there you go, there you go.
Unless you have one leg that's longer than that.
Yeah, Mervyn,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just need more body awareness, because I think,
You tilt
I've heard
this
that
way.
before, and I think I'm evening them
You
out,
tilt this one down.
but they're not quite.
That's the front, it's hard, and then push your arms more.
Like I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
but it's just not.
How's that, no?
Yeah.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
job.
Nice.
Excellent. All right. Revolved half moon pose. So, we are going to need blocks. So remember our warrior three at the wall with the foot on the wall yesterday? Similar, but let's see if I can find where I need to be. Don't put a block on paper, never a good idea. Right? So finding that good warrior three again, and again, I'm just going quick so I know there's probably things messed up. We want to make sure this block is directly underneath the shoulder, and then we want to keep the hips neutral, press through both legs, and then twist the shoulders. Revolved half moon, okay? So we know regular half moon, right? So it is this, but you're essentially twisting the other way.
Oh.
Okay, that's why it's revolved half moon. So, warrior three, one foot on the wall. Locks under the shoulders, help them find their alignment.
Or kicking your wall here.
Hold the wall.
Pretty good.
Wouldn't be the first one.
Okay, now I've got to watch those butt muscles again.
Yep, look for the hips.
Yeah, the hips, okay, sorry.
That's okay.
So remember, this is a pretty active, so they're not going to want to be there super long. Make sure your hand is directly under your shoulder, not wide. Ooh. Come on, they're not. That's right. So come back down for a minute, right?
Yep.
Slide this hand
Looks-
more under your shoulder.
Looks good, that's all pushing.
A little bit more. Yeah, we want it right, so if your foot was on the ground, that would be right in front of your foot, right? Yeah,
So this is right.
yep. Now here we go.
Are my hips right?
They are at the moment. Let's see if they stay that way. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep. Because that's where we're gonna want the hips to twist to get there, which is what we're watching for.
Yeah,
Try the other
looks
side.
good.
Pull up through your elbow.
Is that one right?
Yep. We're just getting a little bit of hyperextending happening there, but not too. Yeah, there we go.
Has mobility in the shoulder, open it.
So, alternative could be to bring the hand to the hip and draw back this way.
You know, okay.
Yep.
So that's pretty good, right?
All right, switch partners. Yeah, they are the same height. They're just
Yeah.
thicker the other way. I think you're a little far out from the wall, Margaret. You're reaching.
There you go. So you're standing leg, you want there.
I think you're too far from the wall now.
And just put my hands
Yeah,
over
we'll take
hips
it right
there, just like that.
Now, which side am I lifting in the wall?
So you're gonna revolve towards the standing leg.
So, check here, Stacy. Is her hand under her shoulders?
No,
That's actually
sorry.
really good, yeah.
So remember this, if you bring that block right there. There you go,
Better, yeah.
there you go.
Nice,
Which
yeah.
way? Is it the openness?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Very nice, Margaret.
Is that hot?
Don't say anything.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Okay.
In this way, like,
Oh,
yeah.
So you're gonna.
Does that feel right to you?
There you go. There you go. Beautiful. And we've already got the blocks.
Yep.
Shoulder, that's great.
It's looking good.
That's really nice that your back is in really good, nice alignment. Beautiful. Yeah, that was good.
It was hard, but I thought I was never gonna get there, so. prosthetic arm.
Very good. Very good. Yay. Moving into integration, so you can slide your mats back to where you started. Come on down. We are seated to start. Nice long tall spine with the legs extended out in front. Sliding your right knee in, you can choose to keep it on the same side or you can choose to cross it over, your choice. Inhale to lengthen, you can hold it, hug it, or bring the elbow to the outside as you twist your shoulders to the right. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to unravel. Extend that leg out, slide the other one in. You can stay on the same side or cross it over. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. Hold it, hug it, or elbow to the outside. Other hand behind your back. Use it like a little bit of a post to help you keep a long spine. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to unravel, bringing soles of the feet together into our bound angle pose, lengthening up nice and tall. Think about a string drawing the knees down. Another one lifting up through the top of the head. Now you can choose to stay or you can choose to fold forward. Choose what's comfortable for your body. Inhale to draw yourself back up, lean back into the hands, slide the feet forwards. Give them any wiggles or shakes out. We are going to be transitioning down onto our backs. If you took off any layers that you'd like to put back on, feel free to take a moment to do that. And then go ahead and roll back with the knees bent. Take a few breaths as you settle in, letting hips and shoulders wiggle wide. Feet about hip distance apart, heels close to the bottom but not so close. You can touch them, hands slide down beside your hips. Inhale to curl the tailbone up, lifting the hips off the mat. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift. If it's comfortable, you're going to hold at the top. We're going to think about engaging our hamstrings here without moving your feet. Think about dragging your heels towards your bottom and see if you can get a little more activation in the back of the legs. One more breath. Exhale to lower back down. Feel free to take any wiggles or movements you'd like. When you're ready, we'll take the right ankle across the left knee in our ankle to knee pose or supine pigeon. You can stay there or you can lift the left one up, drawing it into the chest. Stretching through those external rotators, which were used in all of those twists, particularly our standing ones. Gently release. Feel free to take any wiggles or shakes out before we go to the other side. When you're ready, left ankle will cross over right with a flexed foot. You are welcome to stay or you can lift off. Option to reach through and hug in. chest, knees staying relatively narrow. You can hold behind the thighs or on top of the shins. Exhale to hug the knees in. Apanasana is the name of this pose. It means wind relieving pose. You can imagine why. Exhale to squeeze in. Try to keep the knees in as you inhale. Then as you exhale, see if you can squeeze a little bit more. One more breath. And gently release. Take any wiggles or stretches that you'd like, perhaps a nice big long body stretch or any other movement your body would wish. When you're ready, we are settling into Shavasana. You can choose to have the legs long or the knees bent. Wiggle the shoulders down away from the ears. Every exhale breath, let your body sink a little heavy down into the mat. Releasing any tension that may be lingering in your body. Noticing how you're feeling now compared to when we began our practice. Thinking back to the intention that you set for your practice. Hopefully, you're able to honor that intention. Taking these last few moments just for you, allowing your body to just be and just breathe. Gently beginning to bring movement back to the body a little at a time. Fingers, toes, head and neck. On an inhale, take a nice big stretch, however feels good to your body. Allow for any wiggles or movements you'd like. Then walking feet in, so knees are bent. And taking any movements that you'd like here. In your own time, finding your way to your favorite side, using the bottom arm as a pillow, resting there for a few moments, just noticing how you're feeling. There's no rush. You can stay a little longer if you'd like. When you're ready, use the hands hands to push you up to a seated posture of your choice. Push with one final breath together. Inhale up. Exhale, hands start. All for practice. Notice it. How are we feeling? You're on those
Work there.
external rotators?
Yeah.
Yes, lots of external rotators going on there. Alright, let me just check timing. I think we are going to go into a break and then come back. What do we got? Yeah, so we're just a little bit behind time, but that's alright. We'll be able to make it up in the next one. So we'll take 15 minutes, so back at 2:30 please.
Are we using the mats?
Sorry?
Are we using the mats today?
Oh, probably.
Oh, mine's over here.
Oh, remember yours?
Thought that was yours, I had your stuff.
Oh, maybe it was a little easier to get into because we kind of did it yesterday, it's like that half moon yesterday.
Did we do half moon yesterday?
Not half moon, sorry, Warrior 3 yesterday.
Yes. So, yes, the lesson plans are all very intentionally built upon one another
Yeah, so
to
'Cause
get
I
you
thought
familiar
I-
with the movements.
I honestly, when I'd seen it, I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do that. And I did better than I thought. Like, I really
Absolutely.
did. I was impressed.
Absolutely. Oh, I forgot to stop the camera again.
Oh, sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
I keep trying to remember to tell you later, but I'm not very good at remembering.